Hi, welcome to Chris Cook for You Too. Today we're going to be doing a pork loin and we're going to roast it off in the oven. So let's get started. This is about a 4-pound pork loin. As you can see, there's not a lot of fat on this pork loin. In the store it's going to cost you roughly about $7 or $8. So I'm going to show you how to cook this off. We're going to cook it with probably some potatoes and some carrots around the outside of it, but we're going to roast this with bacon on the top. So this is some of the seasonings that I am going to be using today. We have garlic oil. Now, where do we get our garlic oil from? If you buy minced garlic in the store, it's going to have juices inside of it. So all you need to do is to take a spoonful of the juices out and then mix it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And that's where you get this from. Into a bowl, we're going to add all of our spices. We have fire roasted tomatoes, paprika. This is 1/4 of each. We have crushed red and black pepper. We have garlic, a little bit of garlic, and some onion powder. And we have some salt. Now, we're just going to mix all of these up, like so. We're going to put our garlic rub on top of our loin. And this is just going to give it just a little bit more flavor. And we rubbed it on both sides. Now we're going to put our seasonings. Now, because there's not a lot of fat on this, fat is what helps your meat to tenderize. We only have one strip of marble that's running down through it. What we're going to do is we're going to layer this with some bacon. We're going to put it in our oven and we're going to allow it to bake at 350 degrees for about an hour and a half. Then we're going to put a glaze on it. We're going to also put some potatoes and some carrots around this, and we're going to slice it off, and we're going to show you what the presentation looks like on the plate. This should be very good. Now we're going to place the bacon. I have 3 strips of bacon. Actually, I have 4. And what I've done is I've cut the bacon in half, and I'm going to place it on top of the pork loin for the pork loin to cook. And like I told you, this bacon is just going to help to tenderize a little bit more. Now, if you don't have all of the spices that I had in order to put them on top or to use, salt, pepper, some garlic salt, and some onion, well, salt, pepper, some garlic powder, and some onion powder will do just great. Now, this will help to tenderize the meat. I'm going to put it in a shallow pan and put it off in the oven, like I told you, about an hour to an hour and a half. So we'll get back. About an hour and a half, so we're going to take it out of the oven. Okay, and as you can see, the juices, I just took it out so I could put some potatoes and some carrots around the plate, around the pan, I'm sorry. So I'm going to put this all in around, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 15-20 minutes, and then I'm going to put the glaze that I was telling you that we were going to put on it. We're going to put on it. Now, I know that this is a shallow pan, but this pan is fine to work with for what I'm just doing. Okay, so we're going to load it up, and you want to make it kind of attractive. Give it, a lot of color with your orange and your white. So we're going to put this back in the oven for, say, 15-20 minutes. Then I'm going to bring you back when I get ready to put the glaze on. About an hour and a half, and then we did the 20 minutes for the vegetables, which are still cooking inside the oven. So I'm going to show you how to make the glaze. You need a 1/2 cup of sugar. Turn my stove up just a little bit. You need a tablespoon of baking powder, of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard, and this is about 2 tablespoons of apple vinegar. Now, it's apple cider vinegar. Now, I'm going to stir this, and I'm going to need to stir it for about 1 minute. So I'm going to stir this and then I'll get back. It's been about 1 minute on stirring, and as you can see, the glaze has a caramel type color to it, and it has a semi-thick consistency. You can see a little bit dripping off of the end of the spatula, and that's how it's supposed to look. So we're going to take the roast out of the oven because it's still in the process of cooking. But this is like the last, and that steam comes up. Okay. But this is like the last 15 minutes of cooking. So we're going to take the glaze from the pan and we're going to spread it over our roast. Okay? Because we want it to have a pretty texture to it. Okay, this should give it a beautiful glaze. Okay. Okay, as you can see how it looks. Now we're going to put it back in the oven for the last 15 minutes, and then I'll show you the finished presentation. Okay, I've taken it out of the oven, and as you can see, there's a beautiful glaze that's on it. And I have 2 plates here. I'm going to try to see if I can plate both of them, but if I can't, then I will plate just the one. So I've taken the bacon off of the top, and you don't have to take the bacon off, but I did because the glaze was so pretty up underneath. And now I'm going to slice it down. And you need kind of a sharp knife to do this. It is still hot. It's very hot. But I wanted to just plate as much as I could. And I think that I'm going to get 2 plates out of this, 2 serving dishes worth. Okay, so we're going to take just this part. I'm going to show you how this is done. Okay, so we're going to place this on our serving dish, and then we're going to take the potatoes and the carrots that I cooked earlier when I cooked the roast, and we're going to place it around the roast. And like I said, I do have enough to do both of the platters, but I don't know if I have enough time to show you the finished product of both. So if I can just show you one. And whenever you're putting this down on your platter, make certain that you get all of your colors working for you. Like here, we put the potatoes and the carrots where the carrots can be seen, because the carrots have the orange color. Then you have the white color from the potatoes, and then you have the roast. Now this came out beautiful, but we'll see if we have enough time to do 2. So like I said, this roast was very inexpensive, and you're still going to have enough to really service your family with just this, because I think we got like about 6, 7 cuts. It's very hot. You can still see the steam coming up from it. And I'm not giving small portions, giving very edible portions. Out of this. Okay, there it is. Put it on our plate. Can remove that. and you tilt your meat just a little bit. And we're going to put the rest of our vegetables around this. And of course you can serve this with another vegetable, cabbage, mac and cheese, anything that you like, green peas, green beans, whatever you like. Okay, so we're going to get just a little bit more. Throw the carrots down. Okay. Bring our other dish back. Put in the rest. And of course, you know me, we're going to clean up our plate a little bit. More. See both sides. There you go. Okay, as you can see, we have pork loin roast with potatoes and carrots. The glaze came out perfectly. The roast is perfectly cooked. Try this recipe. I think you're gonna really love it. And I want to thank you for watching my channel. And as always, thank you for watching.